little bit more. I'm pretty much off of it right now.
Should be enough. Just got stupid stuff catching on me. That doesn't. Maybe.
Yeah, you could.
Why is it that everything always has fucking tons of fucking water, no matter what you do?
That's how my motor was when I was painting it, dude.
What size block do you think?
4x4?
That's really dumping.
Probably pressure washer right here.
Yeah, I wouldn't pull it out of the rocks. I ain't even gonna help come put that back in.
You didn't realize you haven't done any video of any of this. People are gonna be like, what happened? So you see, we have a fully rebuilt 5.0 Ho motor. All 200 horsepower. Well, that was when it was new. It's probably down to 170 right now. We got our Wuhan headers. Got the new steering rack in here. All the wiring's been swapped over. Computer, all that's done. Now I just gotta change the throttle cable. So that's what I'm looking at now. As you can see, we cleaned up and painted everything real nice. So it's gonna be great. What's gonna suck, sir?
Well, you're gonna have to pull the fuse for the fuel pump.
Oh, yeah, good point. And think about that. I don't know what fuse that is.
A relay, fuel pump relay.
Oh,
Because this fuel line's open, we just cut them. Well, they were open anyway. But. Good point. I didn't think about that.
Right.
Till right now when you said something.
I figured you would. I gotta say something before we made another mess.
Forgot we don't have fuel lines.
Yeah, fuel lines apparently take 2 weeks plus 9 years to get. Oh boy. Well, anyway, this is where we are. Pretty much done. Waiting on the fan. Fuel lines.
Pipe.
The H-pipe. And the cat back exhaust. But we got headers. So as soon as I figure out how to make the fuel pump not turn on, I'll do a little test fire just to see if she runs. You know, make sure I got the computer plugged in all the way. Fuel pump. Let me just look that up real quick. It's gonna run. Alright, well, we know it works anyway.
Ow.
There we go, better. It just needs Oliver.
You had me worried with the fire alarm. I was like, man, if we have that wrong and we really
Backfire.
load her up, man, this thing's gonna be a kaboomer. I was like, man, I don't know. Shit, I ain't no Ford expert.
That thing's fun, isn't it?
Where is Angel? Man, get there. It's perfect. Whew. Where's the old down here, over here, somewhere? Man, if I just had all the pieces now.
Like some fuel lines and a fan. We'd be doing burnouts tomorrow
Fan.
in the grass. Let's get a picture of me doing some work.
The wrong side. I think that's what you wanted for the tire.
Easy on my yoga mat.
Oh man. that one?
Yeah, flat tire.
Loose.
I cannot see what.
Oh my God! Look at this.
I got it.
Look, listen. I want to show. I'm trying to learn on you.
Oh.
Watch this.
Well, you rotated me in the wrong direction.
I rotated to that one and you.
Test it now.
You should
Test
give
it now.
Can you grab me the lug nuts that are placed conveniently up there?
Oh, that is a good spot for those.
Oh, I can get out of here.
Christina's texting everybody.
Woo!
Except for me.
Yes.
I still have the iced in the fridge.
Oh, what? Why? Oh.
What do you mean?
She still has the iced in the fridge.
Do these need to go?
It says wheel side. It doesn't matter. But it says on there.
I used to. Oh, where you going?
Oh, the outside, okay.
I said, where you going?
Why can't I get these? Roller!
Careful, don't get your glove wound up in the socket. You can know more than that. Just bzz, 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 bzz on each one.
Oh, just wash it.
More.
More?
Yeah, hold it for like a There you go. Now you got it. Yeah. Yep. Excellent. We're ready to come right down.
No,
You know the problem is watching somebody's videos like that? Is you start talking like them, and people then get annoyed because they're like, "You're not Vice Grip Garage. Why are you trying to copy him? Why are you talking like him?" Like people used to watch this guy One Pug Life, and he's really annoying and he's an idiot. And then everyone starts talking like him because I think it's funny. That's really annoying. So we're gonna just have to go back to Sir and leave the right nows out of it. At least you won't find me calling these batteries, because they're not. They're batteries. Alright. As soon as Angel's done on her phone, we'll get this thing off the jack stands. Alrighty. Little update on the situation I've been leaving everybody out of by not filming anything. Working on this car, which is all we've been doing for the last 2 weeks. Engine's in. Exhaust is all done. Everything just bolted on like a piece of cake. I don't know how a piece of cake bolts on, but it didn't actually. It turned into a huge ordeal using 3 different brands of exhaust parts. Anyway, got that all done. Fired her up, let her run. It was missing on one cylinder. Turned out one injector was bad. So we pulled the upper intake off, got a new injector. Everything's great. Runs awesome. Drove around the block once. Did one little burnout. Started steaming from the dash vents, leaking water everywhere, and the heater core is bad. So the dash has to come out and all that stuff, and I want to go put it in the back under those trees back there. But for some reason, Jimmy's just taking it apart like can't wait to work on her. Throwing parts around, he's really angry. He's trying to act like he's not. You know, console's gonna come out. Dash has to come out. This is the stupidest design for a heater core ever. Other than that, everything is working great on this thing. The front suspension's bottomed out. It's got no travel. Which makes no sense because everything on this is off of that parts car. So I gotta get different springs for the front. I need a new alternator. That turned into a whole nother situation we're not going to talk about right now. charges, but the bearings are no good in it. So, yeah, anyway, motor swap's done. Got the Black Magic Flexolite fan on. New water pump, new radiator. eBay headers. Flowtech H-pipe, no cats, Flowmaster exhaust. Oh man. I got all the 5-lug stuff ordered. Some of it's here, some of it's not. 2 of the new wheels are here. All 4 tires are here. I'm now poor. I'm wasting all my money on this, and it doesn't look like I've spent a dime on it, so that's cool. But maybe someday it will look like something. But I mean, who needs to get a 50 Ford on the road when you can throw all your money this way and have, you know, 180 horsepower instead of just the 80 it had before. So, the reason we're really pulling this dash out is so Jimmy can finally get that clip on that goes on the accelerator pedal cable on this side of the firewall that I just couldn't get to. But I tried for a good hour laying on there under the dash. As you can see, it's practically done. We don't have a heater core yet.
Well, somebody does.
Yeah, somebody has one, just like the alternator situation.
Which is another sweet option. We should explain that.
Okay, I wasn't going to go into it, but I need a new alternator. I went to the parts store, bought one. It doesn't have this wiring harness plug. It doesn't plug into the alternator. This is built into the alternator, and it has 3 wires coming out of the alternator. Apparently, they used to come with another wiring plug that you would then wait, let me backtrack here. The alternator used to be just like this stock one where they're wired and plugged in, but these connectors burn up and go bad. So when you bought a new alternator, you'd get a new plug to wire onto your harness to plug into the alternator. Now, they left the instructions the same as that in the boxes that come with the alternators, but the alternators no longer come with that wiring plug. They come with the wires built into the alternator. So you actually have to solder them onto your harness and hardwire your alternator in. So when you want to remove your alternator, you have to cut the wires. Now that is a sweet option. And I didn't understand that's how it was, so the first alternator we brought home, found that there was no wiring plug in there, got confused, took it back to the store, looked at more of them there, all of them were the same, we returned it, went to another parts store where the guy actually knew something, and he explained to us that that's how they are now, because those connectors always burn up. They just hardwire the alternators, and that's stupid. So I'm not going to do that. I guess I'm upgrading to a better alternator that you can get, and it ends up coming with different plugs because the alternator is different, and just rewiring it all, and I'll have more amps because I have an electric fan, and these charging systems are apparently junk always, and they charge at like 15 amps at idle or something, if that, I think it was. Anyway, that turned into a whole waste of a day trying to find an alternator. But at least we put it back on so we could see if the new injector worked, which luckily that worked. So one thing went right. And then, you know, now we get to tear the whole inside of the car apart, which I just had apart because I had to change the computer and that kick panel over there. Which, why did I have the console? Oh, we had the console out because I had to change the shifter. So we like to do everything 2 or 3 times here, just to make sure by the 3rd time it goes back together, it has even less parts. Every time it goes back together, something's a little different. Oh, anyway, I'm really loving this. Got the 5-lug axles here, drums over there. My is right here. It's got a broken motor mount, which I have sitting in a bag right there, so I need to put motor mounts on this. As you can see, Jimmy's got the console out. We're practically done. This thing will be on the road
Some year.
this time next week.
The coolant's already draining.
Right. As you can see, the coolant is self-draining. When you knows when you want to change the heater core, it just drains itself right out, right onto the header here, and inside the car.
It's nice, the cage modification. Let the water drain right on all the radio plugs.
Oh, it did?
All the plugs are soaked.
Oh. The roll cage apparently redirects the heater core leakage right into the radio connectors. So that works excellent.
I was like, man, why is this so?
If you want a good time working on a car, have a cage installed and then try to work on the interior. Like the computer that's back behind that bar, behind that kick panel, which is real fun to try to get in
Why do
there.
you lay on this one?
Yeah, you get to lay across that. And yeah, so this has been a fun journey.
The one burnout was worth it all.
It was really worth it. I would have rather seen it from the outside of the car and heard it, because it didn't feel that exciting from inside the car. But I didn't crash into any bystanders because there wasn't any there. But I did keep it on the road.
And ended up in the neighbor's front lawn.
Right. Like my cousin's wife.
Left it.
Right. Remember when my cousin's wife was here and she left the neighbor's
Yeah.
She almost wrecked in the neighbor's yard.
Oh, man.
Anyway, I hope this little video made up for the months and months of lack of content.
Right. It really upped our spirits.
Yeah, it really helped. Oh,
That smoke over there on the grill is really upped my spirits.
yeah. It's kind of dissipated now. I don't think you'll see it, but I haven't eaten anything today.
So I'm thinking they're almost done. That's what I was getting
Boy, this brand here, I don't know how good their stuff is. This SVE that LMR sells, but everything seems to work pretty good so far. I don't think I've gotten anything from them that hasn't been top notch.
losing their new heater core.
Yeah, I wonder if they make heater cores. Oh man, the wheels are from them too. I'm not gonna show the wheels yet though. You'll just have to wait and see when they don't fit. Then I'll show them. We're gonna change up the look on this from going with wheels and tires that fit to some that stick out and rub everywhere. That's the goal. Okay. Well, anyway, I think that's good. We'll be back when Jimmy's got the dash out.
So now it's the steering column?
Steering column, yeah, I got that handle as soon as I eat something.
Okay.
I do, I believe it. As you can see, we're almost buttoned up here. It was real easy to get out. I should have just deleted the heater core and the whole heating system because there really isn't a heating system anymore. But it does blow some warm air around. Well, it used to. I don't know what it's going to do now. You can see it's been notched out for that pipe. But for some reason it used to blow air out of one side of the defrost vents, so I think that's the only thing it does anymore. So once we cover that with duct tape again, hopefully it'll do the same thing it did before and defrost the windshield on those frosty mornings. Other than that, it really doesn't serve much of a purpose as a heater. Definitely not an AC situation because no AC anymore. I couldn't take that out because you have to pull the box all the way out to do that, and that is not happening. So.
Is the box tight outside?
Yeah. Should I loosen it?
No, I didn't want to tape this if that was.
Yeah, I'm all. Everything's done on my end. Let me know when you get buttoned up in there. Brakes? I don't know how to do those. I need a tutorial. Today we found out that Camaro calipers don't go with the SN95 Mustang spindles, and I have one back wheel and one front wheel and no more wheels, even though I thought I had both front wheels. Don't need to try to get the tires mounted. That's cool how it leaves burnout marks. Oh, I guess I'll just sit down here. Check out how sweet it looks on this one side. Yep, pretty sweet.